All right, guys, well, many people still speculate about if a Wonder Woman or a Black Widow movie will be the first new era female-led superhero movie. It looks like Sony may beat everyone to the punch. According to reports, Sony is planning on developing a female-led superhero film set in the universe of their Amazing Spider-Man franchise for 2016. Byrne notices Lisa Joy Nolan has been brought on to write the script. Sony is also still planning a Sinister Six movie for 2016, as well as a Venom movie titled Venom Carnage for 2017, with The Amazing Spider-Man 3 targeted for 2018. Christian, what do you think of Sony's plans for a female-led superhero movie, and which Spider-Man universe character do you think it will revolve around?
I mean, look, the positives of this thing is Sony getting out there before anyone else, because like Chrisley mentioned, as regards to Black Widow and all these characters that we met, Captain Marvel, that still hasn't happened, we haven't had the big female-driven character yet. And so Sony going, we're doing it first. We're doing it first is cool, but it's still them going, we're doing it first, because they're the little kid on the playground. They are such the little kid on the playground in this whole scenario, and it just, it makes me nervous. And as far as who I think will be the first one, you gotta assume it's gonna be Black Cat, because they set her up in the last movie, whether you like it or not. It seemed like they were setting it up, and that's what we're gonna get. So yeah, it's just a matter of how it's executed and if it's going to be sloppy. And I just feel that this is so rushed, even more so than I felt with DC. So yeah, that's my take on it. Miri?
Yeah, I agree. I think out of the sort of three major studio players in the superhero franchise world, Sony is definitely kind of, like you said, the little kid on the playground. And this does seem like a push to kind of build out this franchise idea, because out of all the franchises, I feel like Spider-Man feels the least franchisey. And the most cobbled together. I think you're right about Black Cat. I was also thinking Spider-Woman, just because she's so well known and people know who she is, and she kind of has a cool costume. I always liked Firestar from the cartoon. She was cool, but I don't think they're gonna use a character that nobody really knows about. I think it's gonna be either Black Cat or Spider-Woman, and also the numbers are in, like for Guardians, how many women. I know you guys talked about it. You talked about it yesterday on the show, and you know, I think it's time. I think people are ready for a female-driven story. So it's cool.
Schnepp?
Yeah, I don't think Firestar, just because that was a character created by the cartoon.
I know.
That was not even
that's the only.
that's
why I know who she is.
Yeah, I would think they would go with Spider-Woman instead of Black Cat, just because of the name value. And yeah, I like the way you said cobbled together. They're like the last ones picked on the team. All right, Sony. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing now? Oh God. Yeah.
Well, the only thing with Spider-Woman is the fact that I just don't think it's been set up yet, and it just would be, I talk about just throwing it out there. I agree that because of the match and back and forth, and that's going to be such a hard one to cast. And the reason I just think Black Cat is because you've gotten tidbits so far, and you want to go with the Sinister Six and the bad angle of it all. And Catwoman has been done good, and Hathaway was really bad. So we haven't had a great Catwoman standalone film. So a Black Cat getting out there first would be interesting.
But why wouldn't they just go with that same actress that they established in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, but instead of making her Black Cat, she could become Spider-Woman?
But isn't the character from the arc, from other comic books, doesn't she eventually play
but
Black
they change everything
Wasn't
anyway.
Spider-Woman isn't she like the Peter Parker's clone? Or I don't know how it works.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
There's so many storylines. Then there's another issue, which is we don't know what characters Sony has ownership of.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a whole. It's exciting nonetheless, and we'll see how they execute it. But I think it's.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.